Hey you guys, welcome back. Today we're going to look at direct tax, specifically income tax. We're going to delve into how the progressive tax system really works in a way that's fair for all. Next lesson I'll look at how we actually pay our taxes, but before we do that we need to know the principles. So let's get started. Remember I said taxes of two types, direct and indirect? Today's about direct tax. If you need a bit of clarification on those terms, please head to the previous lesson on the tax mini-series. Today is all about personal income tax. We'll look a bit at corporate tax next lesson. Now, we've said that personal income tax refers to the money that you pay on your earnings, but a problem arises. There are high income earners in society and those who are less fortunate and earn very little. How do we find a way that's fair for all? How do we make sure that some people aren't paying more tax and others less? That's where progressive taxation comes in. In actual fact, progressive tax is just a table. Let's take a look at an example.
So here's the progressive tax system. It's a table where the letter K stands for 1,000. This column on the left represents income brackets, and the column on the right shows the tax paid on each income bracket. Now let's take two characters, Ellen and Lucy. Ellen earns $120,000 per year, whereas Lucy earns $30,000 per year. Now, the progressive tax system table can be a bit complex and even misleading. You'd think that Ellen, who earns $120,000, falls into this tax bracket, and Lucy, earning $30,000, falls into this bracket. Well, that's not how it works. Why? Let me show you. If we do the maths, we see that Ellen, a high income earner, is paying 3/10 of her money away as tax, whereas Lucy, a low income earner, is paying only 1/10 of her money.
How can we expect low income earners to rival the tax paid by high income earners? This creates a bit of a dilemma. Likewise, if high income earners are paying way too much tax compared to low income earners, there's no more incentive to earn, and this creates a problem. We need people who are employing others, actively running the forefront of the economy. The progressive tax system has to find a middle ground. Let's look at how this works.
Essentially, your income is split up into the different brackets in the table. So I've written the difference from the highest number to the lowest number in each income bracket in purple. For example, $50,000 take $20,000 in this bracket, it's $30,000. Now let's take a look at Ellen, who earns $120,000 per year. We're going to split up her earnings into the different tax brackets. For the first $20,000, she pays 0% tax, as is shown in the table. For the next $30,000, she pays 10% tax. For the next $50,000, she pays 20% tax. Now, remember how I said we split up Ellen's income? So far, we've got $20,000 plus $30,000 plus $50,000, and that's gotten us to $100,000. So, we still have $20,000 left over from Ellen's income. This $20,000 is now paid in the fourth tax bracket, which that taxes 30% income tax. So we pay 30% tax on $20,000. In total, Ellen will pay $19,000 tax. I've done the same for Lucy over here, which shows that she pays $1,000 income tax per year. Now, I've actually made up the values in this table for understanding's sake, but if you look at a proper progressive tax system table and do the maths, you will find there is uniformity and fairness in the annual income tax paid.
So this way, there is a lessened gap between the rich and the poor, there is incentive to earn, and those who are low income earners in society are looked after. There's a progressive tax system in every country, but the numbers vary. In Nordic countries such as Finland, high income earners can be taxed more than 50%, whereas in some Arab countries such as Egypt, the high income earners are taxed only 20%. So it does vary in every country, but the progressive tax system will always be there. So there's progressive tax for you. Please take the time to watch and rewatch this video, because tax is arguably one of the most important financial education topics. See you next time, where we'll delve into the practicalities of tax and how we actually pay our income tax. See you then.